One of my most requested videos since Shortcuts has been out is how to run a shortcut based on a very specific time or a location. Now, there's no way to run a shortcut based on a time or a location in the app itself. You have to use another app to tie into that. And unfortunately, there's also no way to run it in the background. But I think I found a middle ground that kind of might make everyone happy. I've tried a few different apps and a few different services. And what I've settled on is using a launcher application. Now, what a launcher app does is it's pretty simple. It just has an action or an app and you tap on it and it runs it. But what's cool about some of these is they will send push notifications at a specific time or a specific location using geofencing. So when you enter an address or exit an address. But that means there's still some manual intervention. You have to tap on that notification or you have to slide to unlock that notification, and it will then run once you've done that. So there is a little bit of work you have to do, but it's better than having to remember it every single time you show up at a location or every morning at a specific time or whatever you need to do. So with that said, there's a couple of things we're going to need. Like I said, we'll need a launcher app. The app that I personally like for all this, because it's the most easy to configure, is Launch Center Pro. Now, I'm going to put an asterisk on this because Launch Center Pro version 3.0 is coming pretty soon, and the developers have been talking about it on Twitter. It looks really great. In fact, I'm really excited for it, but I don't know if it's going to be a paid upgrade or if it'll be a free upgrade to the current version. The current version will work just fine, even if the new version comes out and it's a totally separate app and you have to pay for it separately. It'll still work. I just don't know how that's going to work. So I'm going to put an asterisk on it. You may want to wait or you may want to buy it now because honestly, it's a really cool app. And I think what we're going to do is pretty interesting. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get into this. So I have my launcher app. The other thing we're going to need is a shortcut. So a shortcut that we want to run at a specific time or a specific location. I'm just going to use my work time one. You can use a morning shortcut. You can use a bedtime shortcut. You can use whatever shortcut you want to use. But personally, I'm just going to use this work time one right here. And I'm going to go ahead and copy the name of that, or you could just remember what the name is. The other thing we're going to need, I'm going to put an asterisk on this too because there's another way around it. I'm going to show you two different ways, is the x-callback URL for shortcuts. Now, I talked about x-callback URLs in my previous shortcuts video. I'll make sure there's a link to it in the description below. It's a little advanced, so if you don't know what this means, don't worry about it. There's a totally much easier way of doing this. I just like doing it this way because this is just kind of comes naturally to me, but if you see this and you're freaking out, don't worry about it. There's two different ways, and I'm going to cover both of them right now. So I will put the template to this x-callback URL in the description below, but basically all you need to worry about is this part right here, the name. So you just need to put the name of the shortcut in here right here, and if you have a space in the shortcut, just put %20. And that's the URL encode for a space. So I'm going to copy this. Okay. So let's go into Launch Center Pro, and this is where we're going to add the shortcut to Launch Center Pro. It can run via a schedule or a location. So we're going to hit this button right here. We're going to hit Add. We're going to want to create a new action. We'll call this action name Work Time Shortcut. Pretty easy. Now, if you're doing the x-callback URL, all you have to do is paste that x-callback URL in there. That's why I like it. It's pretty easy. But if that freaks you out, don't worry. I'll go ahead and delete that. We're going to go into Action Composer, System Actions, scroll all the way down to the bottom, go to Shortcuts, Run Shortcut, and all you have to do is put the name of the shortcut in there. So Work Time. That's pretty easy. And then all you got to do is hit Done. And then it'll put the x-callback URL in there for you. This right here, you can kind of mess with this icon option down here a little more. You can customize it. You can do whatever you want. It's great. I'll let you guys play with that. It's very much like shortcuts. Now, here's what we want down here. We want the schedule option right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and I'm going to look to see what time it is really quick. I'm going to set it to 5:26 p.m. I'm going to turn the repeat on to every day. So it will repeat starting Wednesday, October 10th at 5:26 p.m. every single day. And we'll back out of here. We'll hit Done. Done one more time. And I'm going to hit right here. Now it's 5:24 right now, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up right until we get to the notification. Okay, we'll go ahead and tap that. And then it just starts to run the shortcut. I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel because I've shown you guys this shortcut before. So you can see at 5:26, we got the notification. It came in a few seconds later than that. Not entirely sure what the cause is of that, but it's not precisely when it hits 5:26. It's 5:26 plus a little bit of time for whatever particular reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but to be honest, I think that's close enough for what I need. If you need something that hits precisely at that minute, I don't know I'd go this route. I think I'd probably make specific alarms or something for that, but this is close enough for me. Let's come back into Launch Center Pro and go back to Compose. So we had it on schedule, but I'm going to turn that off. What you could do is, if you wanted to turn on location, you could tap on this location and you could give it an address of a location, and then it will trigger every time you enter or leave that place, which is kind of cool. Or you can come over here to these iBeacons right here. And iBeacons are these little devices that whenever your phone or your device comes in with a proximity of those, it will trigger the notification, and then you could run the shortcut or whatever you wanted to do. That's pretty cool. I really like that as well. There's a lot of cool things you could do with having shortcuts run at a specific location or time. I'm sure you guys will come up with plenty of cool stuff. I do want to hear about all of it. Just a quick plug for Launch Center Pro. There's also a lot of other stuff that you can do with it. There's a lot of system actions and stuff like that. So if you're looking for something that might be an easier version of shortcuts to tackle, maybe check out here. It's not as robust as shortcuts, that's for sure, but I think it's also kind of might be a little bit easier to tackle as well. So if you're looking for another kind of app to do automation with, Launch Center Pro is a pretty great app. I hope this answers your guys' question about triggering shortcuts based on location and times. I hope this works out for you. Hopefully we get a true version of this, like a true proper version of this kind of feature in a future version of shortcuts. If that does happen, of course I will make a video about it. Let me know what else you guys want to know about shortcuts or iOS or the iPad or anything in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.